do it.
Why isn't there a handrail? Ghost told you to hurry, Ruka. Come on.
There's an item there on the wall.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I'm catching up to those ghosts in time. Oh. Alright, let me check our spirit stones real quick.
Yeah, let's do that. We've gotten a handful of them.
Enhancements.
Oh, we have 20 blues.
Okay.
What's charge do again?
Improves film loading time.
What's storage do?
Increases maximum number of stored
spirit
points.
Power? Let's do spirit power.
Okay.
We should have done that at the beginning and retroactively. Because then we,
Yeah.
That would have been smart to start with. Now I guess we go to lenses, save the 10.
Okay, slow, and I have blast.
Let's upgrade slow.
Okay.
I think slow has been like
What's
one
this
of them.
one? Pierce. Okay.
Let's just fully invest in slow. I think that's probably the most useful one. Like that one we've been using like all the time.
Yeah. And that's yeah, this one that's equipped right now.
Mm-hmm. It's good for a lot of the annoying, like I feel like late game it's definitely like the strongest lens we have. Blast is cool, but like you can't hit it. What's the point of blast, right?
Yo, and young Ruka.
Honestly, when you think about it too, we're spending like, what is it, 3,000 for the set of 3?
Yeah.
So like even if we waste one to take a picture, we basically get our money back.
So I think this is chapter 11 or phase 11, which I think is the last one before the like finale arc. Like I think we're pretty darn close to the end. Oh, more blue spirit stones. Gotcha. That didn't count, I guess.
Dang, sorry.
That's okay. Looks like we're getting close to the same area where... Yeah, I guess I don't understand how this is different than where we were with Choshiro before. Like, it's clearly a different place.
It's all caves.
Yeah. There was something in the story about how they were excavating caves around here, and somebody was upset about it because, like, you shouldn't be digging around this place. It's dangerous. You're gonna disturb the spirits underneath. It's gonna be a big bad.
You know, it's always bad to mess with burial grounds.
Yeah.
That's always turned out well in almost every type of media ever.
I really like a phrase you said a few episodes ago, where you're talking about the Torii gates making things more sacred, and you said in Japanese horror, sacred means fucked up.
Yeah, basically. Well, because it's like closer to like the spirit realm or closer to God.
Yeah.
Or like, and like usually in horror, like God isn't on your side here. God is like fucking you up. So.
Especially like, you know, the Japanese don't have any particular reverence for Christian God.
Well, yeah, I was using God less of a more
yeah,
of like
or
an
like
abstract,
good. Yeah.
More of like an
the
abstract
spirits,
term. Or just like a supernatural deity-esque, like, you know.
Yeah, there's rarely good spirits that like you're happy to see, or if they are, they're like the exception, and they're far outweighed by the bad ones.
What about all these spirits that have been guiding us so we don't get lost?
Yeah, I like those ones. They're pretty cool.
This looks very Final Boss-esque. This is definitely like a Final Boss chamber.
Yeah, maybe it is.
Is this where the underground Kagura happened?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, we fought the dancer and the 5 organs before was where the
like tourist one.
Yeah, the tourist one.
That flower really kind of looks out of place, doesn't it? God, how many times have we watched this?
Moon has forsaken them. Okay, I guess that's what they mean about the mask not being properly made because
Yeah, shattered off and
it
fell
broke.
broken.
Yeah, it didn't hold her face in.
Basically. So weird of all the people behind him wearing them wearing masks.
Yeah. Yeah, Choshiro wasn't blending in very well.
姉さん、これはどういうことだ。念を打ち損じたか、そうや。完成していたはずだ。なぜだ。
So like, what about the mask making makes it like? How did he mess
Yeah.
up? Was there like a couple too many splinters? Or,
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's a very specific process.
where it's like bathed in the light of the moon for 10 days and they only did it for like 9.5. They thought the moon was full, but it was actually like 95% full.
Yeah, maybe. Like that puzzle that you were just doing.
Yeah.
Looked like it was full.
Or it looked like it was new.
Had to be.
That
Yeah,
would have been a new moon.
you're right. All black.
Wow.
Found a mask fragment. I think I have
That's-
most.
I
of
think
the-
that's 4, right?
I think so. I'm curious enough to look at my key items.
Two
Right,
left.
left.
I'm guessing there's a center one. We only have 2. No, someone else has another one, right?
Yeah, in the flashback, it kind of looked like it broke into 3.
Okay. That makes sense to me.
Wow, I'm glad to know we don't have to fight anything here.
But now we're in a big open room that
Oh, that was your cue, Ghosts. I thought that's when you were gonna pop out.
maybe we have to go back the way we came.
Yeah, I think so, actually.
I talked about creepy agoraphobia.
Yes.
Oh, this place is pretty lit up for like how few lights there are in here. Like it's really bright. in here,
Yeah, I
actually.
guess there's like an opening in the roof. Can I look all the way up?
No, there's not.
There's no opening in the roof.
It looks like this place is very moonlit, but it's not. What is that?
Oh, or is this pillar hollow? Oh, it's not a stone pillar. It's like a bunch of reeds.
Yeah, but no, it's not hollow. There is light. I think that's just ambient light coming out.
Yeah.
It may be spooky looking.
Maybe I'm overthinking it. Oh, there you are.
Can you kill her?
Don't think so.
Well, it's black and white right now, right? Is that
Yeah,
right?
that usually means run. Fly, you fools.
Or just walk slightly fast.
You know how you and I were talking about this sometime recently, I think when we were at the drive-in, but how PG-13 movies are allowed to say fuck one time.
Yeah, it's so silly. It's so arbitrary.
There was a podcast with the guys who played Merry and Pippin in the Lord of the Rings movies.
Yeah.
I forget those actors' names, but they were talking about like for each Lord of the Rings movie, like where would we put our fuck? 'Cause we didn't say fuck in any of those movies, and they were just doing a whole bunch. Fly, you fucks.
Yeah, because that's funny.
Where they saying, I want Sean Bean Boromir to in the cave say they got a fucking cave troll.
Or like when they're trying to figure out
Ah,
what's like like when they're at the wall where they have to with the puzzle,
Yeah.
where they have to malum,
Yeah.
that part.
Yeah, they have to say friend.
It's a fucking friend. Friend, you fuck. Well, this is now rated R.
Yeah.
This video. It's now rated R by the ESRB.
Yeah.
That's what the R stands for. There's an E, there's an S rating, there's an R, and there's a B rating.
What even?
You can probably get. Can you juke past? She's in the wall, right? So you can probably get past her.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. There is actually since the COPA laws, yeah, because there's this big thing, COPA, I forget what it stands for, but it's kind of like the FTC for the internet. It's for like, or actually, I think it's a branch of the FTC, but
Food and drug products FDA.
Yeah, to decide like what entertainment can be out there and how available it can be for children. So basically, YouTube got fined a lot of money for not properly, because it was too easy for like.
Do you mean of the FCC? No.
Yes, thank you, the FCC. Anyway, since that happened, you now have to cut to the ending of it. You now have to put on all your YouTube videos: is this intended for children or not? And if it is, one, you have to be really careful about what your content is, and two, like there's no comments on it. It's harder to share, everything like that. So all of my videos are marked not for children.
I feel like most videos on YouTube are marked not for children. I feel like over 95% of them are probably.
Yeah, because if you're making it, for children, then that becomes like the entire thing.
How many official Nintendo things can you have comments on that are marked as not for children?
Yeah, I mean, I guess they're not marked for children. They are marked not for children. Don't feel like I'm going in the right direction.
I've seen a decent amount of. I feel like I've seen Nintendo trailers and stuff like that that don't have comments disabled. But one interesting thing is when a lot of people hear the FCC, they immediately think censorship, but that is such a small.
Yeah, that's a small part of what they do.
Does. And I've definitely heard people say in the past, like, "Well, what do we need the FCC for?" And I'm like, look, and it's just like, well, there is a thing called frequency licensing, and that's kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
If we didn't have that, like, a lot of our communications just wouldn't work because everyone would be talking over top of each other. So, that's.
It doesn't manage itself. People need to manage it.
Yeah, and there's some things that need to be in license. Like Wi-Fi stuff is all in like an unlicensed band, which means that anyone can just use it and broadcast on it. But like most things, like when we went to the drive-through and there was like an AM or FM radio.
Yeah.
FM radio. AM radio kind of sucks. FM radio channel that we connected to listen to the audio for the movie. That they have to pay. They have to pay, I believe, the FCC. Like a licensing fee to use
the airwaves.
That yeah, and that's true for a lot of communications, not just radio. Because realistically, like when you really think about it, like all of our wireless communications are radio. Like Wi-Fi is essentially radio. It's just different. It's just different frequency.
I'm thinking about saying that for anything else. Of why do we need air traffic controllers? Why don't you just let us fly where we want?
Yeah, just land the plane forever.
And just planes being in the same place at the same time.
Even with them, there are still near misses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's great. Most of the times, a lot of the times that you have a delay on an airplane, it's likely not due to a storm. Because believe it or not, airplanes can take off and land in wet and storms pretty well. It's mainly winds that are a big issue. If there's high winds, so that's why sometimes a flight will get delayed and it doesn't seem like the weather is anything crazy. Or I've taken off in a blizzard before, and that doesn't matter at all. They just have to de-ice the plane, which is a process that adds time on to getting out of the runway, where they literally have to take this big, it's basically like they're pressure washing the plane and de-ice it. But most of the time, it's either, if it's not winds, it's no, there's definitely one more fragment. There's gotta be a top fragment.
There's got to be a top part.
It's likely due to air traffic control being like, like congestion. Like that whole time, there was like the whole East Coast got like super, well, at least for United, a couple months ago, the whole East Coast got like insanely disrupted. Like I got caught up in some of it.
Yeah, we had hurricanes and stuff.
Well, it wasn't. Yeah. No, you're right. There was a storm, but there also were issues with like the FAA forced them to cut their staffing down, and like having less air traffic controllers means that like you have less people to manage that. Like there's less flights in general. So like it was just like a combination of a bunch of stuff that really messed everything up for like a month. Where just like I would look at a flight board, and like 80 to 90% of all flights were just canceled.
Mm-hmm.
And it was terrifying when you have to travel for work and you're trying to get home.
Yeah.
Father, he's making the mask. Dang it, Ruka, you distracted him. That's how he messed up the mask.
That's why it didn't work.
Why is he just... Oh, it's a chisel. I was going to say, why is he like hammering the freaking mask?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's a chisel. It makes more sense.
Making the eye divots.
Oh, no.
Oh, well, there's the problem.
He's dead.
You're wearing a mask while you're making the mask. You can't see what you're doing.
The mask.
Yeah, mask starred the mask.
Oh, you're going to have to fight him. Yeah, there's some... That was... Man. The whole... Me and my... This may, I guess, sound a little wild, but, like... I've done it a handful of times where you play, like... I don't know what I call it, but, like... We would have a flight planned out at a certain time, and we're like, oh, God.
Oh, he fly.
Wow, he does. You might need to... Oh, he got you.
Yeah. Whoops.
He gotcha. Well, back to the same point.
Yeah, how long ago was that?
Maybe 15 to 16 minutes max.
No,
max. The max. That's
I mean,
the
max.
maximum.
Yeah.
That's the number on the recording.
Yeah.
File. But yeah, like we would like have a flight, and then we're like we got like I would have like PTSD. We would see like, oh God, there's storms in Chicago. We're not going to make the layover. One of those two flights is going to get canceled. Let's change. And then we would like. We're all jumping around, scrambling, trying to change flights like 2 hours before we leave, or we get like, or the one night I got stranded. I only had once where my flight was just canceled, and I had to stay an extra night in Michigan, in Grand Rapids, because my flight got canceled. It was funny because they a lot of times sometimes they'll overbook flights, and they'll offer monetary awards for you to give up your seat.
Yeah.
And I think the reward for this one got up to be like $800. And we were like, oh, well, we want to get home, so we didn't take it. And then their flight gets canceled anyway. So I'm like, dang it, maybe we should have.
Yeah, it could have made.
Does it count?
Easy 800. Oh, nice. It's right. Oh no, this isn't right outside it. This is. I gotta walk a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's do a fast forward here. Okay, round 2, now that I remember to actually heal.
Yeah. You can slow him too. That might be a good
Yeah. Yeah, he got me with the move last time where he floated through the air.
Oh, he's shooting a projectile.
Yeah, at least the shot actually gets rid of that mask, whatever that does.
It breaks his concentration.
Yeah, there, I slowed him down.
Oh, he's creepy.
Daddy, why?
Dang, 2 shots. No, he's already at half.
Yeah, very slow. I wonder if the last fragment of the mask is going to be on that altar. Aw, oh, man, I could have...
Yeah, at least you didn't take damage.
Yeah. But man, I want that fatal frame.
I don't even think the fatal frame is like what's the. I think there's a different name for it. Like I don't think the fatal frame is the shot.
I think you're right, actually. Yeah.
Or maybe it's not shutter chance. Let me look at it. Shot types. Okay, so the fatal frame is the most damage receives most points of the two basic shots being a normal shot or a shutter chance.
The mortal photo. The lethal canvas. The hostile rectangle.
What? Rectangle?
Frames are normally rectangular.
So a shutter chance is apparently on the verge when it attacks the shutter ring. The charge ring converts from yellow to red, which signifies the enemy's about to attack, and then it's time to take the photo. Shutter chances deal more damage than regular photos. If done at the right time, it could result in fatal frame shot. Fatal frame 5, aside from previous message, each ghost is specific shots. So I guess when it turns red, they're about to attack, and then like when you get the little sappies, it's gonna even more so about to attack.
Guess so. But hey, I just finished phase 11.
Woohoo! Now we're on the 12.
Yeah, the 12th phase of the moon.
Yeah. Ask Allie what that is. Ask Allie what's the 12th phase of the
Yeah.
moon. She's gonna be like, what?
Are you back with Choshi again? Nope, still with Ruka. Ruka finally knows the truth. Her father, seeking to fulfill his destiny by completing the Mask of the Lunar Eclipse, put organ masks on his own daughter and 4 other girls, and had Sakia dance as the vessel in the rite of descent. But the rite did not succeed. Ruka lost her memory, and Sakuya fell into a death-like slumber. Until one day she awoke. Sakia, who was never supposed to awaken, who could not awaken, the deaths of her friends, the mass disappearance of the islanders, it was all brought about by the obsessions of one man, Ruka's father, Soya. How can this tragic story be brought to an end? Can Ruka atone for her father's mistakes? The lunar eclipse is near, and Sakuya will bring destruction to all.
Ooh.
So I guess, like, the ghosts of Soya and Sakuya are gonna, like, try to do all this again. And that's gonna be bad. I don't really understand what the stakes are.
Looks like we're going outside.
The lighthouse. That's come up a few times, there being a lighthouse. That was one of Misaki's paintings.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the altar adorned female mask, snow white surface, and the mask is cracked like a rock.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I was kind of hoping that that's where the last piece of it would be, but
I guess not.
no. So which way am I going?
There's a thing behind you, but that's the way you came in, isn't it?
Yeah, but that was like last chapter. What if I just go back in here? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Where we're supposed to go.
I guess, like, between chapters, she just, like, stepped back to catch her breath. Father was always in here, making his masks. All I remember is the sound of his hammer.
Oh, I guess it was a hammer, not a chisel. He's just hammering them. That's why it broke.
His back facing me. I think he's got a chisel in the other hand. I
I
can't remember his face.
I guess you do hammer and chisel.
What did it look like when he turned to face me?
I can't remember his little memory loss is one of the.
Yeah. I am the mask you wear. It's me they fear.
I've never seen that.
The fact that no one has ever seen the hallowed realm does not mean that there is no such place. After all, even when the moon is eclipsed and completely hidden from sight, it doesn't cease to exist.
Whoa there, the whole thing about the burden of proof there.
Yeah. That's called object permanence.
Well, prove it doesn't exist.
On the Mask of the Lunar Eclipse, there's an old book here. It must have belonged to Soya. It is said that the art of the House of Yomatsuki, I always have trouble with that one, Yomatsuki, reached its peak in the time of Soetsu. After the Day of Tranquility, the masks he made were feared, and all of them were burned. The only ones left are the depictions engraved in the underground shrine, the Shugen Temple. The form of the Mask of the Lunar Eclipse must have originated in that shrine. Sitting in front of the engraved masks, I realized the tranquility reached by Soetsu and appreciate the height of his skill. I have appreciated that skill in the long hours spent at the shrine improving myself, but it's not enough. The sun of inspiration broke through the clouds, and I realized what was missing when Dr. Ibara showed me that photo. Long ago, Professor Kunihiko Aso came to watch the Regets Kagura. He took photos of it, and in one of those photos I saw it. I saw the Mask of the Lunar Eclipse made by Soetsu. Others may not see it, but I do. I don't know why the long-lost mask appeared in the photo. They say the camera obscura can show the past. Maybe it captured some kind of spiritual remnant of Soetsu. The photo is somewhat distorted, but the intensity of the Mask of the Lunar Eclipse, Soetsu's goal, is captured perfectly. I must surpass Soetsu. I must achieve his life's goal. I must forge the Mask of the Lunar Eclipse. He's excited.
Do people actually write like that? For some reason I saw Vicious Mask instead of Various.
Yeah.
Oh, item on the ground. 2 items. One on the ground, one on the vanity. Vanity's probably a key item, I'm guessing. That's probably a ghost hand? No. 20.
Okay.
20.
I think this might be our last mask fragment. No, it's a notebook.
Soya's notebook. I did all I could, used all means available, and created a perfect mask. Apparently not. There was not a single flaw in it. So why did she blossom? Why did the rite of descent fail? Was it the vessel or the organs? Whatever the reason, the resonance has started. Nothing can stop it now. Just like my ancestor Soetsu, I have brought about the Day of Tranquility. I suppose the least I can do is witness the end with my own eyes. That's all I deserve. What if this is what actually was supposed to happen?
Maybe. Okay, so this is Sakuya. Okay, so I get it. So those...
This makes me think of What We Do in the Shadows. Sorry. What's his name? Just...
Yeah.
Hello?
Peter, we are going to have a house meeting.
Flat meeting. It's a flat meeting. With flatmates.
Feel free to join us.
Oh,
okay.
He's a chicken.
Some of the flatmates have been talking, not me, but they say there's a lot of chicken bones lying around.
Not to point any fingers, but somebody hasn't been following with their flat chores. Not to point fingers, but I'm talking about you, Deacon.
What happened to my father? Where did he go?
Well, he was dead, girl.
There's a breeze blowing from behind the altar. It looks like it can be moved. Move the altar? Yes.
What was the thing you were talking about where there's like only a boy can move stuff?
That's Fatal Frame 3.
Okay. You're not strong enough.
Only a boy would be strong enough to move this.
Oh wow, gender roles.
Yeah. Well, at least we got a pretty flower in our hair.
Mm-hmm.
Go where your father was headed. There wasn't a save point right near here, was there? No. Oh, whatever. I just saved when it changed chapters. Yeah, so the woman who... So Sakia was being kept on the 4th floor of the clinic. And that was the floor that you, like, needed a special key to go up to.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't want anyone near there because her moon sickness was so bad.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess Misaki was friends with her.
Yeah, they were like close friends.
Yeah.
Go. Sakuya. Sakuya. Sakuya.
More downstairs. Let's just keep going downstairs. Yeah.
And then there's gonna be a grave if you jump in.
Yeah.
Speaking of Silent Hill, I haven't been following it, but apparently the whole Silent Hill Ascension thing came out, and it's not looking good.
What is
It's
what is that?
It's an interactive movie basically, where people can vote on what happens and like etc. It's like
Okay.
episodic live. So why it's bad is because you use like I forget what it's called. It's like influence points to vote,
Okay.
and you can spend real money for more influence points.
Okay. So it's
So
got
it's
kind of like
Konami
a
bullshit.
It's got kind of like a Twitch stream sort of thing going.
Yeah, but like if you have money, you can just funnel a lot of money into the choice you
Yeah.
want. So that way, other people, you know what I mean. One person can spend like $500 to like change it, which is like very Konami.
Or I could spend $100,000 to ruin it.
Yeah,
Ha 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 ha!
nice.
Take that, Silent Hill
Well,
fans.
it's one of 3 choices, so I'm pretty sure none of them are gonna actually ruin it, seeing as it's still
Yeah,
controlled.
they're all. That's the thing, is that they're all like scripted choices.
But it's bringing up the ideas of like, okay, so Silent Hill 2 remake gonna have microtransactions? Like, that would be bad.
Yeah,
It would be good for the value of the physical copy I have, but not much else. That's how I feel about the new Paper Mario. I'm like, I'm happy it's being remade. I'm gonna buy it. I'm glad, but like, dang.
We'll have to see, but so far it kind of looks like Paper Mario is just being like put in HD and thrown out there.
I'm fine with that. I don't know. I kind of hope that they like make more like that. I don't know. Man.
Like maybe there'll be, because Super Mario RPG they just announced has like some extras, like there's rematches against bosses and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm hoping that there's gonna be like another game, like the 2,000 Year Door. But I don't think it's gonna happen, especially if what the interviews about Miyamoto are true, which I have feelings that might upset.
Or
people.
what if
Yeah.
1,000 Year Door sells better than any of the past Paper Marios, and that's enough to get everybody at Nintendo to reconsider?
I don't know. It's weird that they're remaking it, but like, I mean, it's good, but it is weird.
There are things that Miyamoto didn't like that like did well, and then they went with it.
I have opinions about Miyamoto that are maybe unpopular.
I know. You have said them on this Let's Play.
Okay, I have. Cool. It's sometimes my memory is not always the best.
That's
and,
okay. Wait, I want to read what that said. Sorry. There's just enough space to crawl through. Crawl through.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a squeeze hole. Yeah.
I mean, and I think that's a fair opinion.
I mean, he's getting old too.
yeah.
And like, not even just he's losing his mind, but like things were a certain way when like people
I don't
don't
think
change really a lot.
I don't think he's made the best call and everything. He was like Donkey Kong Country. Like, people generally really like the original 3 Donkey Kong Countries, at least the first 2, and Miyamoto was very critical of them at the time. Which a lot of people speculated was because Yoshi's Island came out at the same time, and that, like, he was saying things about, like, how, like, better graphics don't make a better game and stuff, because, like, Donkey Kong Country had the, like, 3D models scanned in to make the 2D sprites, and, like, there's a lot of thought that, like, he was mad that Donkey Kong Country was doing so well over graphics.
I can never get behind Yoshi's Island.
The Regetz Kagura is supposed to appease the dead, but I wonder if they are really in such anguish that they need to be appeased. Dr. Ibarra's take on the matter is that souls are collections of memories. They cannot be destroyed. If that's true, the death is nothing but endless memory, endless solitude, and endless suffering. Can we ease the suffering of the dead by destroying those memories? There are masks that can do this. The mask of the vessel lets her lose herself, and the mask of the lunar eclipse forged by Soetsu also clears all memory for a short time. However, erasing memory would leave nothing behind. Soetsu thought that there was more than oblivion left behind after all memory is lost. Reduce a circle enough and it becomes a point. No matter how small the circle gets, there's always a point left behind. The same goes for people and for souls. Everyone's circle is different, but if you keep shrinking it, it becomes a point. The point of origin from which all have come, and the final destination ultimately shared by all. That point is Soetsu's hallowed realm. I am fascinated by this idea. I believe this to be the place we come from at the point of birth, and the place we pass through at the moment we lose ourselves. The hallowed realm is in all of us, so is salvation. Soetsu tried to reach the hallowed realm using the mask of the lunar eclipse. Is this not the true purpose of the Roget's Kagura? No, the true purpose of the rite of descent? Soetsu stumbled on the road to salvation, but I, Soya Yamatsuki, will forge the true mask of the lunar eclipse.
True mask. I want to see the mask of the solar eclipse. Yeah?
Yeah.
That's the sequel. Well, no, the sequel is made in Blackwater. But it's not really a sequel either.
It's a sequel in that it's like the next numbered Fatal Frame game, but...
Well, I mean, technically a sequel has to be a continuation of the story, right? So something like...
I don't think so. It could be like a continuation of a theme or a continuation of a design.
Is Wind Waker a sequel to anything?
Yeah, I think I would call it the next sequel in Legend of Zelda.
I don't know if I would call it that. Like, I would call Majora's Mask a sequel to Ocarina, and I would call Phantom Hourglass a sequel to Wind Waker, but I wouldn't, like, call... I wouldn't call Breath of the Wild a sequel to Skyward Sword.
I wouldn't call it a direct sequel, mind you, but like
I think sequel
it
implies
is the next
same
sequel
story.
in a series.
So at least to me, sequel implies that like there's some because like there's sequel and prequel, right? So something might not be a sequel, but it could be a prequel, which means that it happened beforehand, implying the same storyline, right? And we know that it's a scattered collection of stories for Zelda, for the most part, but. So I don't really know if it is, like, truly a sequel. I mean, this is a semantics argument at this point, too.
Yeah, but semantics arguments can be fun. It's Father's. He was here.
He was here. I feel strangely calm despite the coming of the inevitable end. I spent a lot of time in this place of my mask, in search of Soetsu, devoting myself to improving my art and exceeding even the art of Soetsu's time. Yet I invited the day of tranquility. But now I think that perhaps my mask of the lunar eclipse was not a failure. Sakia has blossomed even more completely and brilliantly than on the last day of tranquility. If, on the next eclipse, Sakia were to perform the rite of descent, she would blossom even further. That blossom face is precisely the mask of the lunar eclipse that Soetsu is searching for. At least that is my final hypothesis. Sakia will be here soon. Until she comes, I want to stay here and enjoy the silence.
And there she goes. She's in color now.
What was like little paper streamer things?
Yeah.
Been thinking about going back to Japan at some point. I like really want to, but I don't know when.
Where would you want to go?
I mean, all over. I mean, there's a bunch of places I want to go. I mean, I feel like the original plan was to do a trip down to like as far west as like I think Fukuoka, in the back. I mean, there's a whole lot of things I'd like to see. I'd like to go to Sendai for Tanabata. I want to go snowboarding or skiing in Hokkaido. South would be nice to see. Just one of those places that like, no. It's a little part of home to some extent.
It's definitely in my like top 5 if I were to go to another country.
It's cool. It's worth going. Actually, now's a really good time to go because the yen is really weak right now.
Ooh,
it's a
we're
lot
outside.
weaker. Oh, yeah. So actually, speaking of Fukuoka, I believe there's like a shrine kind of like this that's really like famous. There's a picture of it. I think.
Oh,
Oh no!
darn it.
You got handed.
Yeah.
There might be something there, but it's like a really Western shrine, and like there's been plenty of pictures of it. See if I can't figure out what it's called. Is it? No, that's Hiroshima. It's like there's like a big rock and a shrine. It's not the one in Hiroshima. Or maybe this is.
So this is kind of interesting. I'm taking pictures, and after I take the pictures, other things are appearing in them.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's like a whole bunch of hands coming out of the water.
I don't like that. Not one bit. Blue spirit stones.
Another cave. The eclipse is almost complete. The cave should lead to the lighthouse. Sakuya must have headed up there. The closest place on the island to the moon. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme of things, that's not much closer to the moon than you are now, but yeah, technically...
It is technically closer.
Technically, you're closer to the moon when you're on the lighthouse.
It was Fukuoka, by the way. Sakurai Hutami Gaura. It's like this. It's like a white torii gate, and right behind it there's two big rocks, and there's like a. Yeah. But that was like one of the places I wanted to go see. When I had insanely cheap tickets to go, actually, and then couldn't go because the country wasn't opened up. But we got round trip tickets for like $250, which was ridiculous and cheap. Did not.
Get off me.
Go away. Ghost away.
Is this Sakuya the same way she looked when...
Look how small. Look how
Yeah. She's like actually staying in the same place.
We can hit her again. Wham. Double up.
She's got a lot of health though.
Yeah. Hit her again. You chewed through a lot of that health. I think you have enough things to blast her again with the slow mode.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to see where she shows up.
Slow mode.
You are very, very close to me.
Ooh.
Also, for some reason, I like completely lost my charge.
Got too close.
I guess so.
She almost looks like some kind of like Egyptian,
Yeah.
like the hair.
I forget what music video it is, but there's a music video that she reminds me of.
Is it like a Dark Horse?
Yeah, that might be it. Who does Dark Horse?
Katy Perry.
Yeah, I think she's reminding me of Katy Perry and Dark Horse.
Back when I actually liked some music.
She wants to play with magic. I should know what I'm... Honey, you should know what you're gunning for. And do you care to do this? 'Cause I'm coming at you like a dark horse.
I wasn't even really a big fan of that song in particular.
Honestly, I really like that there's a bluegrass version of it that I like. There's a bluegrass cover of that song.
I liked a lot more of her.
Are you ready for? The perfect storm, perfect storm. 'Cause once you're mine, there's no going back. Bum, bum, bum.
This is so dumb. We got her. Oh no, we scared her away.
Yeah. That was my hope, that my modern sensibilities would scare her away. She'd be like, no, there's no Samus-san in that song. Alright, cool. We're headed up the lighthouse. We are almost 50 minutes into this episode, though. So how about we stop here?
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about taking on the final boss next episode?
I guess I could try, yeah.
I think this is going to be the final boss at the top of this lighthouse. I just got a feeling.
Yeah.
Got a sense of finality to it.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, next time.